Hello gamers! It's Clemmy, your community manager, and today we wanted to share with you a little teaser of what is to come in the upcoming bigger patch that will be available very soon for our game, Medieval Dynasty New Settlement, a VR spin-off in the best-selling Medieval Dynasty universe, available now on the Meta Store for MetaQuest 2, 3 and Pro.
Hello.
We'll drop a short video covering all the patch notes once it's available for download. As we've promised on our roadmap, we're focusing on some major fixes first, so of course you can expect a lot more of them than in a casual hotfix. But above that, we've also prepared some new additions, mechanic revamps and quality of life updates. Starting with new features, let me show you once more our brand new torch holders we've shared a few days ago. Our community showed big interest in new ways to light up your house, and as much as we loved your ideas to hang the torches on animal skull decals, or sticking them to the walls with some knives, we've decided to drop some legit holders. You'll be able to choose from 3 different kinds, depending on your resources and the vibe you're aiming for. Speaking of torches, we've fixed some of the bugs you've reported, like the fact that you were able to light it up underwater, and water didn't affect it overall. When it comes to fire in general, all wooden items can now be used to fuel the campfire. Window shutters are in! You might have been a little bit jealous over NPC villagers having these in their own houses, when all you could have yourself were the indoor curtains. Your bitterness is no more, as we've added 3 different wooden shutters to choose from, which allow you to let some breeze in or hide yourself from your noisy neighbors. And the merchant mechanic got revamped. We've noticed how these greedy men were doing their best to get as much money as possible from making transactions with you. We've had a long talk with them about honesty, and now they'll be very transparent while trading with you. They'll let you know if you're giving them way too much money, also offering you to take just the right amount of money from you so you won't need to scrupulously count it yourself. But do keep in mind, there is a limit to how much money they have on hand. So even though they'll let you know that they don't have enough to pay you back, it's up to you to decide if you want to give them some of the items free of charge. Speaking of splitting stacks taking forever to count, we've revamped quite a lot about inventory overall. While picking up items from a stack using the grip button, you can move your right joystick down to pick up more than one item at once. If you keep holding the joystick down, it'll keep increasing the amount you're picking up, but now it'll be much faster than before, so it won't take a whole day. The maximum amount of items in a stack was increased to 99, by the way. Also, by popular demand, we've added an option to sort your backpack inventory or your chest's contents. Now let's move to a handful of troublesome issues we've fixed. Completing some quests was a bit troublesome due to players being unaware of how the items they were looking for looked like, so we've added item icons to quest objectives in Dynasty Book, so for example it would be easier for you to find an exact flower needed. There was a problem where once you've collected all the items needed, the game was moving on with quest objectives to make you talk to NPC. But if you used some of these items in the meantime, you were no longer sure what might be missing once you finally reach an NPC to finish the quest. Now said NPC will let you know which items were required to finish the quest. Moreover, to make these conversations more natural, you're now able to hold an item in your hand when talking to an NPC and they'll grab it from you when the time comes. Regarding workers, first thing that's changed is the campsite, where the wannabe workers stay alongside your own pals. As they wait for the workers' houses to come back, we're still working on them. It's a bit more cozy now, and the NPCs have some new animations while staying there. But back to the topic, as some of you encountered troubles with what's necessary to hire a worker, or how to assign them to a job, we've made sure that above the pop-up tutorial, they will let you know if you're missing something before hiring them. Once you obtain a worker pawn, said worker will be already listed in your settlement stats as an unassigned person. If you happen to lose the pawn and you can't find it, you can press a button in the Dynasty book to get it back. After assigning them to work, by putting their token in a chart in a designated building, they'll work normally as before. If you happen to delete their workplace while the token is still in the chart, it'll simply go back to your inventory. Moreover, we've increased the maximum number of hireable workers from 12 to 20. Some of you encountered issues with rabbit traps malfunctioning. They should be all fixed now. Regarding some quality of life changes and overall balance, we carefully reviewed your reports. By the way, make sure to join our Discord community to keep in touch, as we are very active in both casual chatting and helping troubled players, and decided to make some changes to make both yours and ours lives easier. As some of you were way too fast with building your first house in the adventure mode, we've decided to lock the small house recipe till a quest that requires you to give house building a try. As you enter Wolfhill and Sadobor for the first time, the respective signpost waypoints will be automatically unlocked instead of requiring you to approach the signpost itself. We've updated the map with few new useful icons, by adding piggy and chicken icons to make sure you're aware where to buy them, alongside giving Henrika's farm a highlight too. Wolfhill's quest ball can also be found on the map too. Moreover, we've added some new quests there. Villagers are constantly gossiping about some recent events. They may even address the creative indoor lighting ideas our community had. If you're keen on making discoveries like that, be aware that we've added some new secrets on the map for you to find. We're really glad you're enjoying music in our game, so my best bet would be that you'll be overjoyed with the fact we've added more fun tunes in-game. There are two sides to every story, and some of you found the nighttime music to be a bit too creepy. Fear no more, as you found some less frightening tunes to play as it gets dark. There are a lot more changes to come. For now, let me quickly list some of them to give you an overall idea of what's more to come. High grass finally hides once you place a building or field on it. Fertilizer, previously obtainable only through your own pig's tea, is now available for purchase from the pig seller. The tax collector now informs you how much exactly you owe to the king. Cracking an egg in the mixing bowl in your tavern no longer makes some nauseous noise on your headset. Troughs in henhouse and pig's no longer steal your wooden balls when you pour in their contents. Saving and loading back your game doesn't wind your crops growth a stage back. Picking up freebie apples from crates inside various caves is no longer game breaking, we simply wanted to treat it as something sweet. You can easily rotate your knife without tossing it by pressing Y or B button. Some of the mushrooms were harder to find than the others, and you weren't fully aware of what are the perks of eating them. We've moved their spawn points a bit to make them easily accessible and added much needed nutritional info that was missing. As I've said, there are way more changes than that coming. I just wanted to give you a glimpse that we do listen to your feedback and we really appreciate each message we get. To finish this lengthy vid, let me tell you a bit about some fixes and changes to quests. For example, finishing Long Road will now give you 100 coins and 100 reputation points to give you a head start in your adventure. Although some of you try to be a bit sneaky and get to someone's house a bit too early in the plot, we don't want you to get spoiled with the story, so it's safeguarded from any shenanigans. When it comes to the Ice Peak quest chain, we fixed the environment brightness in the pre-Ice Peak location. I've just scratched the surface of all the fixes and changes to come, but as it's a big patch, we wanted to make sure you're aware of how some of the new features work. This patch will be available very soon, so keep an eye out, and in the meantime start planning where you put all the torch holders and wooden shutters in your amazing settlements. Join our Discord for more intel and early sneak peeks. Thanks for watching!